The Olympics in Sochi have drawn a lot of attention to many stray dogs that live in the city. It has us wanting to give them all homes, I think. And Jill DeGrave is here from the Wisconsin Humane Society with advice when you come across a stray. And we were going to have a little puppy here available for adoption, but he was just too nervous.
A little bit of stage fright. Good thing I didn't have that, or you wouldn't have an interview. But no, she'll be fine. She just had a little bit of stage fright, and it wouldn't be fair to put her through the...
Yeah. No, I'm glad you made that decision. I think that's the caring thing to do. So there's this guy in Russia. He's the silver medal slope style skiing silver medalist, which is a new event to the Olympics. His name is Gus Kenworthy. He's a cute guy, and he's holding all these pups, and he has decided,
5, right?
Yeah, to adopt 4 puppies and the mama, and bring them back to the U.S. In fact, it delayed his return back to the States because there's a lot of paperwork. He found them at the base of a mountain where the media center was, and has decided to take them home. There are a lot of places in the world where stray dogs are everywhere.
You'd be surprised. It's amazing how many stray animals worldwide there are. And you have to give this amazing athlete credit for bringing to the attention of the world the situation and wanting to do something to help. I've also heard that there's another Olympic athlete who's going to adopt one of the puppies. So, and that's just a small little segment of stray animals across the world.
Yeah, good for him, like you said, to be on that, world stage and bring light to an important issue.
Exactly.
If we're in a situation where we come across a stray, what should we do? Should we approach the dog? How do we handle that?
Well, ideally, what you would want to do is to corral the dog and take the dog to Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control here for the 19 municipalities in Milwaukee County. But the first thing you need to do is assess through body language and maybe vocalizations, is this safe for me to do? Because sometimes you may run across a stray animal that's either incredibly frightened or could be aggressive, and you don't want to approach a dog without reading the body language. Is this going to be safe? And will the dog come to me? And then at that point, you can check tags to see if there's a phone number. Call Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control Commission to ask if they could come pick the dog up if you can't take the dog to them. And
you make an interesting point about approaching them, and then you also said having will the dog come to you? So would you say, just generally speaking, it's always better if you're not familiar with the dog to see first if they'll approach you rather than going toward them? Because that is an aggressive move, right?
And it's one that is that can be interpreted as aggressive by the dog. So you maybe want to bend down kind of sideways, talk softly, come on, can you come over here, and just be really careful that how you approach the dog once he comes to you and how you handle him. You might not have a leash, that's the thing. So if you're driving, I've seen people who've picked up dogs on the street and brought them to the Humane Society and then have to go to Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control, because if they are a stray animal, they need to be there so that their guardian can find them.
Okay, so you don't take in strays?
We don't.
Okay, so that's good to know. You really do have to take them to, it's Maddock, right?
Maddock, on 38th and Burnham.
Okay. So, strays, when they're out there, is it harder to find their parents? I mean, I think people fear that, well, if I turn them in somewhere, maybe they won't find someone. What happens to them? Is it that most are finding their homes? Most homes are seeking their lost animal?
Well, you would hope so. Unfortunately, there are a number of animals where nobody does come to claim them. And I think the important thing to remember is not only have a microchip on your companion animal, but have tags. I had a situation a few months ago where, as I was letting my dog out for the final time on a Friday night at like 10 o'clock, all of a sudden appeared a little young husky, and she was very friendly. She came to me, I brought her in the house, but I checked the tag. There was a phone number, but it was disconnected. Well, as it turned out, the police department did come and get her. They had to take her to Maddock, and the next day as I was walking my dog, the guardian, who happens to be a neighbor on the next street.
Yeah.
It was her son's dog, and
No
she said, "Have
way.
you seen a husky?" I said, "Oh my gosh, yes, I have." Now, I said, "The number was disconnected." She said, "I know." The first thing they did was replace all of that information.
Important to
Good
keep
reminder.
the information on your dogs up to
Current.
date, your pets up to date, especially that phone number for them to call. And as we go to the information really quickly, the first call you should make if you find a stray animal is to the police or MADIC?
Is to MADIC.
Is to MADIC.
Depending on your police, if they can respond to that, but really going to MADIC is the thing to do.
Okay, fantastic. And here's the information. If you'd like to adopt an animal from the Wisconsin Humane Society, you'd like more information, they have great classes for pets, great programs where you can visit as well with groups. They're located at 4500 West Wisconsin Avenue in Milwaukee, 414-ANIMALS, or go to wihumane.org. It's a blast to see you again.
you.
It's been a
Great
while
to
since
have
you've
you
seen
back.
you.
Yes, it's great to be back.
Yeah,
Thank
come
you.
back all the time. We
I
miss
will.
you. Thanks,
Thanks.
Jill.